Hi, my name's Emma, and let's talk spooky stuff. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another What's Coming to VOD this month video on demand. I'm so excited because we have a lot of interesting films to get into. I do want to mention, of course, James Wan's new film, Malignant, is out in cinemas this month, but let's talk about what's coming to streaming platforms so you can watch safely at home. And what better place to start but one of my most anticipated pieces of media, horror media, coming to your small screen this September. I'm talking, of course, about Midnight Mass. This is a drama horror mystery TV miniseries, and it's created by none other than my BFF, Mike Flanagan. The 7-episode series is the tale of an isolated, struggling community that starts to experience miraculous events after the arrival of a mysterious priest. As faith is restored in this community, some begin to realize there may be a cost to these miracles. I feel like this already has a different vibe compared to Mike's other work. It's less soft fantasy, ghostly kind of imagery and more stern and obviously religious focused material. But honestly, I'm really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be great, and it has been confirmed by Mike himself that he is directing all of the episodes, so it's not just one or two like it is with The Haunting of Hill House or The Haunting of Bly Manor. Midnight Mass will hit Netflix on the 24th of September, and you betcha I will be there watching. Next, something else that has my attention. This has been called a single room horror. Based on the novella of the same name, We Need to Do Something is a psychological horror film about a family that are trapped inside a bathroom during a tornado. But that's just the start of their horror. The film stars Pat Healy, who I believe really does not get enough love for all of the amazing roles he does, and I can't wait to see him in this one. It also stars Sierra McCormick, who may look familiar to some of you. Yep, she's the girl from that episode, or those 2 episodes, I should say, of American Horror Stories. If you're not too sure what I mean, I'm talking about the gimp suit. I feel like this film will hold a lot of unseen horror. It will be available to stream from the 3rd of September. Danish horror series The Chestnut Man will be released on Netflix on the 29th of September. The crime drama thriller series is about a young woman who was found brutally murdered in a playground. Above her hangs a small ominous figure of a man that's made out of chestnuts. I'm hoping this isn't too much like The Snowman all over again, but it could be worth a watch. This one is filmed in Copenhagen and it's only 6 episodes long. Let me know if you check it out. If you're looking for something for the whole family, then look no further than Night Books. This is a family horror about Alex, a young boy whose obsession with scary stories pays off when he is trapped by an evil witch who demands a horror story every night in exchange for keeping him alive. Biding his time, he plans to escape with another prisoner. This family horror relies heavily on fantasy aspects, and it looks to be some wholesome fun. The movie will be released on Netflix on the 15th of September. Next, Superhost hits Shudder this September. This movie follows travel vloggers Teddy and Claire, who run their channel called Superhost. Obviously, this is a play on the title of the Airbnb Superhost. That's what I'm thinking. For an upcoming episode, they stay at Rebecca's beautiful, secluded home, but while filming the episode, it becomes clear that something is not right with Rebecca. I'm all about this premise. I know a couple of travel vloggers, so I'm very excited to see this one, but I did feel like the trailer was a little bit heavy-handed, and they really amped up the idea about Rebecca being unhinged, where it would have been nice to go into that more subtle. It has a lot of intense music and it's just a little bit over the top. So I'm hoping that maybe the trailer seems that way and the film is a completely different thing. Let's keep our fingers crossed for this one. The film also lists Barbara Crampton in its cast, so keep an eye out for her. It hits Shudder on the 2nd of September. Independent horror thriller The Madness Inside Me will be available on select digital platforms from the 3rd of September. This movie follows Madison, a forensic psychiatrist who spends her days interviewing prison inmates. But after she suffers a loss in her personal life, her world turns inside out. This indeed seems like a psychological thriller, and for an independent film, the cinematography looks quite interesting. This one, again, will be available from the 3rd. Okay, this next one's very unique, so stay with me. Marta's Lane is a UK horror movie following 10-year-old Leah, a troubled girl living in a run-down vicarage with her family. In the day, the house seems bustling, full of people, but at night, the house changes into a dark and empty space for Leah's nightmares to creep in. And one night, a strange visitor brings Leah comfort, but soon she realizes this visitor isn't what they seem, and they offer knowledge that might be very, very dangerous. I had to be careful with this blurb because I read a couple that I felt like maybe gave too much information in the blurb, and if this film is what I think it is, I really hope not. It's quite obvious, so I really hope it's not that way. But with the idea of the visitor, I think that's quite interesting, and I'd like to explore that more, so I'll definitely be checking this one out. Let me know if you do see it as well. Marta's Lane will be available on Shudder from the 9th of September. The new season of What We Do in the Shadows drops on the 2nd of September. This is the 3rd season of the TV show that is based on the 2014 New Zealand horror comedy that is a satire following classic vampires living in modern times. The TV show is a look into the day-to-day, or really night-to-night, life of a group of vampires living on Staten Island. It's really loved by the horror community, and it sits at an 8.5 rating on IMDb. I know a lot of you have been really excited for season 3. So again, this one is out pretty much now from the 2nd of September. And of course, I had to include this one because I just really want to see your comments on it. It's another month, guys. So you know what that means. Another Ted Bundy film. This time, heartthrob Chad Michael Murray's turn, and it also stars Lynn Shay as Mrs. Bundy. The movie heads direct to VOD on the 3rd of September with the plot surrounding Bundy's murderous rampage while the FBI close in on one of the largest manhunts in history. What could they say or portray that possibly hasn't been done before? I guess we'll just have to watch it to find out. Keep in mind, this is by the same producer as The Haunting of Sharon Tate. That's all of the interesting stuff I could find as the time of this being filmed for this September. I think wisely, a lot of people are waiting for October to release any pure horror content because obviously that's spooky month, but as we know, it's spooky year all year round, but I'm very interested in some of these, especially Midnight Mass, We Need to Do Something, and Superhost. Let me know what you want to check out down below. My name is Emma. I do 2 videos every single week talking about horror movies and thrillers, giving you a lot of recommendations, a lot of things to put on your to-watch list, just like today's video. So if you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you here. I also have a new Google Doc if you'd like to recommend me any movies. I'm going to be going through there pretty regularly. It's not just for reviews, it's kind of just to consolidate a lot of your amazing ideas because I get so many recommendations. So thank you so much if you've put some in there already. I love that. I love to see it. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you're all very well, and I'll talk to you very soon. Stay spooky, guys.